executing a plan B. But before we talk about executing a plan B, you have to first understand, what the hell happened to plan A? Right? What happened to plan A? There had to have been a plan A for there to be a plan B, right? So let's talk about plan A for a minute. First of all, when you were just a wee little fetus, before you were born, there was a plan for your life. I assume that plan that your parents wanted you, they had a plan for you, right? Everybody, you got a new grandbaby. I guarantee you've already got, he's going to go to college, he's going to Ivy League. Everybody's got plans. Because that's what we do. We're a people that plans, and everything is attached to some dream or some goal, right? So when you're just a wee little thing in your mother's womb, there were plans being made about your life. And whether you believe in God or don't believe in God, God had a plan, right? God's got this predestined plan for you. Okay, so that plan's out there. Your parents' plan, God's plan, the world has a plan. You see, if you're born on one side of the tracks, you're not supposed to mount anything. If you're this color, if you're that color, if you're a person of means, not a person of means, everything had a plan attached to it, right? So here comes Bo, being born. There's plans all around me. Plan A, man. Everybody's got a plan A for Bo's life, and I'm being born. I'm coming, and see, I kind of started life on my own terms anyway. Because I came 2 months premature. I was like 3 pounds and 11 ounces when I came out. Less than a 5-pound bag of sugar. And the first thing that happened was I just upset everybody's apple cart right from the beginning. So right from the beginning, they should have said, here comes trouble. So I'm 3 pounds, 11 ounces. They shoved me in an incubator for a month. That wasn't on anybody's plan. So I was in an incubator for a month while I gained enough weight for them to let me out of the hospital. Plan went to hell from day one. So something happened right in the beginning to upset the plan, because really the plan should be that we're born, we're healthy, we grow, we mature, we go to school, go to college, get a job, get married, have kids, have grandkids, grow old and sit on the front porch with your loved one, right? That's the plan. That's the American dream. But right from the beginning, my plan got deviated. Right from the beginning. So, as a young child, I started gaining weight right from the beginning. And I got to the point where, even as a little guy, I mean, using the word relatively there, a little bit figuratively there. So here I am, this 5-year-old kid with these pudgy husky pants. You know, went right to the Huskies. I mean, I'm sure I was a preemie, remember that. So I went from preemie right on into Huskies. I don't even know if there was a middle ground there. Because by the time I was 12, I was over 200 pounds. 12 years old, 200 pounds. 18 years old, 356. Graduating high school with that 80s fro hair of mine, curls and the whole nine, rocking it with the funky sunglasses and thinking I was some kind of something. 356. Well, my plan had deviated and I didn't even know it. I was off on a rabbit trail and I had no idea where it. So how did I go from 3 pounds and 11 ounces to being 33 years old and weighing 626 pounds? You tell me. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. If I could tell you what happened to throw me off on that deviated plan from plan A down some side street, if I could tell you what did it, then I could probably be a billionaire, because then I could stop obesity from everybody from ever being obese. But guess what? I don't know what caused it. All I know is like a chain reaction. One thing caused another thing that caused another thing that caused another thing that caused. Eventually I had almost no inward. There's a difference. I had no inward self-esteem. But if you would have seen me on the outside, I would put on a super good front for you. I could stand in front of a crowd at 600 pounds just like I could stand in front of a crowd today. It's just that easy. That's always been easy for me. I don't know why, because maybe on this plan or this planet, I don't know, maybe this dimension, this is who I am. But I can tell you this, I put on a good front for everybody in public, but inwardly, I was devastated. I was 600 pounds, guys. It does something to you on the inside when you're that big. And for my entire life, up until the time I was 33, everything that happened around me, I thought I deserved to be put down and banished and hit on and picked on or whatever. And there was a part of me that thought, oh, it's okay, I'll put up with it. You get into relationships and you thought, okay, guess I better keep my mouth shut. Best I can do. Anybody ever thought that? I've been married twice. First marriage ended because first relationship, I lost a couple 100 pounds. First thing the lady said to me, she says, I don't even recognize you anymore. You're not safe. I don't even know who you are. And you know what? That was pretty accurate. Because I didn't know who I was. I'll give her that one. So she left, she went on her way. Rebound. Not a good idea. Rebound. Another relationship. Thought, okay, this time I'll try bus stop. Someone who knows me. Wrong. Bad idea. Bad idea. Because first of all, I still didn't know who I was. I still had not identified who I was yet. I can't take myself and put myself into a relationship, and I haven't even identified me. Because remember, my plan A was shot to hell 33 years prior. And plan whatever I was on, or planet whatever I was on, denial was probably the planet I was on. And so when I realized that I was gone so far off this beaten path, and I realized how far, of course I had surgery, and I tried to get my life straight, and I tried to do some course corrections and get back on the plan, and I did this surgery, and I thought, well, that's it, fixed, huh, let's keep going. No, not fixed. Because the minute I had surgery, I lost my mind. Because the minute I started losing weight, I completely did the exact thing Connie was talking about. I went to the extreme. You should have seen how I dressed the first 2 years or 3 years after surgery. You have never seen so many shiny shirts in your life. You have never seen so many like hot pinks and purples and yellows in your entire life. Why did I do that? Because the entire time I was, not that I just didn't have bad fashion sense or whatever, but the entire time I was 600 pounds, I had to wear blue, gray, and black. And I had had enough of blue, gray, and black. And so the minute I could fit into another style or another color of clothes, I was like, black, blue, and gray did not exist. So I went to the extreme, and I went to the extreme on credit cards, and I went to the extreme and shopped some more, and I went to the extreme and shopped some more. I will be the first to admit, Jill she's in the room, and she can tell you, I I'll still say have, an entire closet, from right here to about right over here, that was extremely full. Packed to the gills. That would have been bad enough, but I had overflow closets where I put the things that you quite didn't need all the time. I had bins. I had overflow closets and bins. Why did I do that? Because I went to the extreme. I was off on some tangent. I was gone. I had completely lost who I was. I did not identify. So, at the end of my second relationship, I took a very long hiatus from focusing on relationships as far as man-female relationships. I took a hiatus from focusing on that being the primary thing that I had to do, because somewhere in the back of my mind, someone had programmed me that if you're not in a relationship, something's wrong with you. That something's wrong with you, that being by yourself, that's not normal. And so I deprogrammed that, and I kind of just did I'll just be honest, did the extreme dating thing. So I'm on this side of this is the extreme side, this is the other extreme, as in recluse. Somewhere in the middle there would have been where I should have been. And of course I was on this side. Because if you know me, and you've probably recognized already, I don't do anything subdued. I don't do anything kind of the low-level way. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to go big or go home, right? Because that's just the way I am. I've always been that way. I've always just like to jump in with both feet and grab it and just own it. So if I'm going to date, I was going to own it. I was going to just do the extreme dating thing. Didn't work. So I completely let all that go. And I found something to fill the time. And that something that filled the time was awesome. Well, first of all, I have a daughter, and she's amazing. And she was filling a lot of my time. So that was cool, because that made it easy to make that choice, right? Because when you got a daughter, you have to kind of give them time, or, you know. And I had her every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and half-day Sunday. That made dating really easy. I couldn't. I mean, seriously, it just didn't happen. So I focused in on my daughter. And I also focused in on one more thing that gave me a sense of center I have not had in a long time. I went back to school, or started school, because I'd done school earlier in my life, and I had a degree in theology. And I went back to school for business. And I started from scratch, 0, and started moving my way forward in time. Along the way, I found out that I like that. I found out that I like education. I found out that I love to absorb knowledge. Because remember, the 3-pound, 11-ounce kid that was in the incubator, who had his whole plan A was derailed. Plan B was yet unwritten, and I didn't even know it. I thought I was on Plan B the minute I had surgery. I had no clue that I hadn't even started my life yet. And I'm going to break it to the folks that are in the room, especially the ones that have known me for a while. I don't even believe that I started Plan B, really, until this past year.
I believe it.
I'm telling you, I found myself at some point in this past couple years, and I found myself hidden in one of those closets, hidden in one of those textbooks, hidden in my daughter's hugs and kisses, hidden in those quiet moments when there's nobody around. It was just me and God and the wind. I found myself. And when I found myself, I started recreating a plan. And I executed a Plan B in my life. And my Plan B was I was going to work on my degree. I was going to be the best dad I could. I was going to buy myself a house. I was going to throw myself into my career. I was going to give everything I had and just see what would happen. Just see what I could accomplish. So I started making lists of things that I felt good about. Like, I feel good that I'm a good student. I had a 3.67. I mean, are you kidding me? Full-time dad, full-time working, I had a 3.67. Huh! I mean, if you can't be happy, I am. I mean, seriously, are you kidding me? I was happy with that. No, it's not a 4.0, but you know what? Okay. I'll take a 3.67. So I kept going. I got my bachelor's, I got my master's, and then I did something radical. I decided to go for a doctorate. Woo! I know, right? I know, stupid, what? And so you were talking about $100,000 worth of student loans. Right now, mine's about $85,000. When I'm done, it'll be like $115,000, they're telling me. Yikes. Huh? Exactly. Now, I went, just for fun one day, I'm off the path here just for a second. Just for fun one day, I went to go see what I could buy with $115,000. I found the most sweet Jaguar you have ever seen in your entire life online. I thought, I could have bought that. I'm like, really? And I mean, my house only cost $159,000. Like, I could almost buy a house. Of course, I live in an area where $159,000, that's not too bad. So, okay. Then I realized what I was buying. I was buying me. I was learning that I was putting myself on this Plan B, and I was investing in me. Investing in me. If I'd invest in that Jaguar, it'd sit in my garage and eventually it'd rust and turn to nothing, right? But I'm investing in me. So that $100,000 or $115,000 I'm putting into my education, that is investing in both. That's investing in my Plan B. Because what I found along the way is I am not the scale number. I found that I'm not even a job title or even my education. I found that I am the sum total of all those things wrapped up into one package, and my plan is what I make it. No one else gets to decide where my life is going. I decide that. I make those decisions every day. I'm deciding what course I'm going to take. So I was in planet denial for a while. Living there, complete denial. Planet deflection. Because people were trying to help me along the way 2 years ago, 18 months ago. But in the back of my mind, I had an escape route, and I'll tell you what it was. My escape route was that, it's okay. I can always have a revision. It's all right. Because, hey, I was smart enough to figure out there's always a revision, right? So plan B can just be a revision. And, I went through the process. Applied. Got denied. Oh, okay. Not to be undone, I've got plenty of friends. Called in a few friends. Doctor said, sure, I'll do your surgery for you for free. Something down in here didn't feel right, and it wasn't my belly. It was my soul was talking to me. It says, Bo, in the last 9 years, you went from being 600 pounds. You went from being on disability. You've went through school. You've become a father. You've bought a house. Why the hell can't you get grip on your weight? Wow. It's just like somebody went, pow! And that's the way it felt. Why is it that I could get a handle on my education, I can get a handle on my finances, I can take care of my daughter, I can do all of the, I can grab my career and put a rocket underneath it. I can do all of those things, but I can't stop doing this. What is my problem? And I realized it, oh my Lord, the day I realized it changed me. I was following everybody else's rules about food, and I wasn't following mine. And my plan B, when I executed it, it changed me. You want to know when I executed it? For real this time? For real, for real, for real? I have the date. It was approximately 8:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, November the 9th of 2011. I woke up, my feet hit the ground, and my mind said, snap. I felt something snap inside me. And that snap was like someone took a thumb drive and just stuck it right in my head and downloaded the Encyclopedia Britannica of my plan. And I'm about to share it. This is what I learned. I had been following my doctor's rules.